be setting up the Azure platform and seeing how we can navigate and go through each and every options available. So before that, I can say that Microsoft Azure platform is one of the cloud platform which can be used for a number of services. So we are trying to set up those platform for our assignments and for our study purpose for machine learning, deep learning, and Gen AI activities. So basically, in that there are many number of services. We'll be using those services which are drag and drop. So basically, intention here is to say that we need not worry more about the coding knowledge because the platform what you're going to choose is more of drag and drop. So if at all you have the basic foundational knowledge of like how the data has to flow from one component to other component, that will be sufficient. You need not remember the coding part or need not try to give the code for flow of data or building the pipeline. So that's what the intention is. We are trying to see how I can use Microsoft Azure cloud platform for our drag and drop sort of assignments pertaining to machine learning, deep learning. So for that purpose, what I'll be doing is I'll be sharing the screen for a while to show you how the landing page of the cloud platform looks like of Azure. So you can see my screen, right? Please confirm. Can you people see my screen with Microsoft Azure? Yes? No?
Yes, we can.
Thank you for the confirmation. So this is what the homepage of your Microsoft Azure cloud platform is. And this is what we are supposed to set up for ourselves so that we can use this moving ahead in our courses. Because moving ahead for our courses, we will be using this particular platform for all the hands-on sessions of machine learning, deep learning, and Gen AI. So in that context, we have to set up this. So when it becomes mandatory to know this. So as you can see, we had to set up this for you. When you start signing in, you won't be able to get this homepage in one go. So we have to set up first. We have to sign in. So because I have already signed in, so I'm able to come travels to this page, and I cannot show you the registration process because I've already done it. So in that context, what I request is I request one of you, those who haven't set up their Azure platform, please share your screen so that I can guide you and people can follow by seeing the screen. So anyone can share the screen?
I can give it a try.
Yes, yes.
Give me a moment.
So,
Sharing. How can I share my Is my screen visible now?
yes, yes.
Okay.
Right. Okay. In this, what you have to do is go to new tab,
Yeah, yeah.
open a new tab.
Give me a moment. Let me hide this.
That's not even
Yes.
open new place. Yeah. And there you type portal.azure.com, which I given in the chat also. Portal, Portal, portal. No, 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 no. Portal dot
Give me a moment.
portal.azure.com homepage. Yes, that's it. So then please punch in portal.azure.com.
Uh, okay,
Yes.
so
Next, here, yeah, you're supposed to sign in with your, yeah, here, wait for a second. Wait for a second. So your sign in can be happened by two ways, or right? So one is like by using this particular authenticator app or by different methods. So if at all you're comfortable with installing Microsoft Authenticator and scanning the code, well and good. Otherwise, the simplest one would be to go with a phone number, right? So you can choose this second option, set up a different way to sign in, the blue color one. Yeah.
this one,
Yes.
I have authenticator on
Okay.
my,
That's what I said. If at all you're comfortable with using the
yeah,
authenticator
yeah, I
app,
can use the authentication.
mobile number will be a bit more easy. Fine. Next, from the authenticator app,
Yeah,
scan this QR code.
yes. Give me a second. So choose a
Microsoft.
different name for your account.
So that's not a problem, right? Let's go back and do that phone number. It is the one, just one step
Okay.
authenticator. So set up a different way to sign in and
Yeah, maybe I can use a different one because I am not getting the QR code on that.
yeah. So here we
Oh,
have, right? Set up
okay.
a different way. Yeah.
Sorry.
Go back.
Here I said no.
Yes. Set up a different way to sign in with phone. Yeah. And give the country code. Yes. Phone number. Next. Okay, enter the code which you have received on your mobile phone.
Yeah, I got a code. It's 8926669.
Yeah, done. So this is the page you will be landing with, right? Once you have put in your basic authenticator process. So everyone on this page, please give a note. Yes, can we go ahead? Rahul Garg.
Yeah, I'm joining for the second time just to kind of refresh a few things.
Okay.
Yeah, I did it the session on Friday also. But
Yeah,
just
that's
to refresh a few things. Yeah. I joined for some time.
fine, no problem. So those who are joined for the first time, at least make sure that they are landing on this page. So is it done? Now here, as you can see, Azure platform can be accessed by three different ways. That is, start with an Azure free trial where you are going to punch in your credit card details. By doing so, the first option, by doing so, you will be getting a $200 free credit and it will be valid for 12 months. And in the 12 months, you can take the call of not using it anytime. And next year again, you can start it. So that's what you can do. The only thing is you need to give your credit card details and you will not be billed anything. You won't be exhausting some uh, amount or something. It is totally free. One thing is they are trying to seek your credit card details, and with that details they are going to allocate $200 for free. Once you get exhausted with $200 in this span of 1 year, then you will be going for charge. Otherwise, till then no charges will be levied on it. Next one is like the second way of setting up the Azure platform can be with managed Microsoft Intra ID. This is one which is more of like for cybersecurity and all, so we are not worried about it. And then comes the third one, which I can use for today's. That is Azure for Students. So with your GGU credentials, education credentials, you can get $100 of free credit. So we'll be trying to explore this particular option where I'll be getting $100, and this $100 will be available for 12 months. And within this 12 months, I can use this free allocated credit for my all the learning process.
So it
So
will be
let's,
available for 12 months, is it?
it is available for 12 months,
Perfect.
right? So let's set up that Azure for Students. So click on Start. Start. Yes. So here it will be asking for start free. So click on the blue colored button, start free. So you are supposed to punch in your GGU credentials here, your GGU email ID and password. Because we are using student, so educational domain will be used for assessing you as a student and giving the subscription. Right. So first name, okay, that's fine. Here country, I'm going to use United States, and this is the country of your school. The school name, in that school name, you're supposed to type Golden Gate University. When you start typing, you can choose from the drop down. Yeah, Golden Gate University. Yeah. Punch in your date of birth. Verify academic status. This is the academic status. And post that, it will be asking you the personal details. Yeah. Here you are supposed to give your personal details of your country, your first name, last name will be popped up anyway. Give your email ID for important notifications. Here you can give the GGU credential itself again GGU email ID, because anyway you are doing all these things from GGU. So if you want to get some updates or notifications, it will be better if it is in the same inbox. My right. Is it at the rate GG or is it at the rate my.gg.edu? It's okay, you can check once, but it is most probably my.gg.edu. My dot. My dot, right? No?
Give me a moment. So, can you explain again? What is?
This email will be used for giving some notifications with reference to your job, or with reference to whatever the assignments or work you are doing in the Azure. So here you are free to use your Gmail also, not a problem. But what we recommend is to go ahead with the same GGU credentials so that everything will be in the same inbox.
Okay. It's GGU, right? Because I don't use it very frequently, so that's why I'm a bit confused.
I
Can you
I think it's at the rate my.ggu.edu.
my.ggu?
ggu.edu.
Okay.
Right.
This is it optional, or do I need to provide the company name as well?
Company name is GGU. GGU. Yeah. Apparent is optional. Address is okay. Select your state. Yeah. And please checklist the boxes. If you want this, you can do. Otherwise, no. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Next. Verify you identity with the call. Sorry, with the text. Yeah. Next.
Next, right?
Yes. Why does come back to this? Okay.
Maybe the email address or something like that.
No. So can you scan it
Give
from the
me,
Microsoft Authenticator?
yeah,
Which
give
not
me a moment. I'm
redirect.
stunned. Uh, I scanned, but
No, if you scan, it will
yeah,
automatically.
I did scan, but it is showing choose a different account name for your account. You have an existing account, Golden plus Gate plus University account for Piguma.
So already have you set up with different account that one?
Oh,
Let's see.
I
Let's
did that.
next. Let's see. Otherwise, put that can't scan the QR code. Blue color one.
This one,
Yeah. Open the
did I
QR
copy?
code and enter manually this code. Can enter this code there.
This one, right?
Still processing. Okay. Authentic registration has timed out. Please choose next to try again. Oh God. Okay, let's do next. No. That link will also not work.
Your voice is very low. Actually, I'm not able to hear you properly. Should I copy this and try with this URL?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Mm,
See, because that code didn't work, so URL will also not work. Click on next. Is the voice still low? I have
it is trying to. Authenticator. I didn't receive anything on my authenticator. I think it is trying to send something on my authenticator, right? But
Mhm.
I didn't see here. Um,
Okay, fine, not a problem. Can we restart this again? Free. Let's see that.
hmm.
Stop it.
Yeah,
Kill,
let me.
kill this session, not a problem.
Yeah, okay, give me. I can close this and let here
Yeah, start free.
start free, and then
Wait. Yeah, receiving the information. Yes. So we have already set up the account for you.
okay. I think it got set up earlier, but didn't get refreshed properly. Is that?
Yes, yes. So you can see you have $100
Yeah,
credit, which is available for 365 days.
yeah.
Right? Fine. So go to home, click on home. Yes. And then here we can start doing the things. So this is the page what we are looking for actually. So this is what I have shared also in the start of this class session. So everyone are on this page. They are able to sign in.
Yes.
Yes. Thank you for the confirmation. So let's start seeing how I can use this Azure platform for my ML and deep learning activities. So for that, we have one of the services called as Azure Machine Learning. If you can see, these are different services which are given by the Azure platform. Like you can go with the Kubernetes services, virtual machines, app services, storage accounts, database, SQL data sets, and all. So out of this, I'm trying to see how can I use the machine learning and deep learning pipeline creation activities. For that, I will be using one of the services called as my Azure machine learning. For doing that, what I'll be doing is under create Azure services, you have this plus icon for creating a resource. So click on create a resource, first plus icon. And here you can look for what services we are exactly looking for. So in the search bar, type Azure Machine Learning. Azure Machine, yeah. So it has to pop up in the suggestions. You can use, yeah. Click on it. So you can see different icons. So out of that, first one with a funnel shape, blue colored funnel shape, is the Azure Machine Learning. Click on it. Yes, click on it. And then click on the blue colored button, create. Right. So here will be. So from here onwards, I'll take the charge and I'll be sharing it because it will be same for myself also. I'll share my screen so that also
Okay.
I'll be in sync. So one of the way of reaching that particular point is by going with create a resource. And other way is also to in the search bar itself, I can punch in Azure Machine Learning. So here, from here also, I can reach to the particular service. Once I reach through this mechanism, here I will be getting the option of create. I'll click on create. I'll go with new workspace. This is the other way of reaching to the particular page where Prince Dubai is. So everyone are on this page, right? So here I am trying to reserve a particular spot for myself in the Azure cloud for my activities. So that is called as resource group. So I need to block a particular spot. So a resource group is something like a container. Under the container, I can run n number of jobs. Or you can say that I am trying to book a real estate in an apartment for my particular work, like sort of thing. So what is the name of that real estate I need to give? So I need to create a resource group name. For that, click on blue colored call as create new. Under this, what is the resource group you want to give? You can give that. See here, I gave Raj practice and gave the space. Space is not appreciable, it's not acceptable. So while giving the resource group name, you cannot use any special characters, not even space. The only character which it accepts is underscore. So if at all you are habituated to use some special characters, you can use only underscore. So you can give different resource group till you get this green color tick mark, which is indicating that indication that yeah, it is available. You can go ahead with the name of this particular resource group. So that's what I'm doing. So I gave the resource group as a resource practice underscore one, and this is a container, or it's a like sort of real estate I'm reserving for myself in the Azure cloud platform. Right under that resource group, what is the name of my workspace? Whatever the activity I'll be doing, I want to name them so that I can have a real identity, right? So for that, any name you can give for the workspace. So I'll give it as a trial 1 or trial 111. Anything I can give. So I got the tick mark, green color tick mark. It's an indication that yeah, I can go ahead with this workspace details. Next comes region. So whatever by default region is popping up, let it be as it is. Storage account, key wallet, application insights, whatever by default is there, just leave it. Don't try to change at this point of time. If at all a validation fails, then in that case, I'll come back to this particular page and try changing the region. But for time being, whatever the region auto detected, let it be as it is. And then click on review plus create. So once you click, you will be getting the running final validation.
Sorry, can I just check here in the region we can choose Southeast Asia, right? Or are we just keeping East US?
For time being, I'm going ahead with East US. If that doesn't work, I'll go back and change.
Okay.
Give me 2 seconds.
So in my case, validation failed. So should I change the region now? Hello? Am I audible?
Yeah, yeah. Hello. Yeah, you're audible.
Yes.
Yes, yes.
So in my case, validation got failed. So I need to change the region or any setting that you want me to change?
just go back to the basics and change the region.
Okay. Give
So
me
you can see my screen. Yeah.
Yeah,
For
I
me,
can see.
for me, validation passed. Right. For you, it failed. So right now you are under review plus create. Just hover around basics. So when you do that, you'll go back to basics. And the basics, you can change the region.
So, can I take the one like East Asia or something like?
Yes, you can take East Asia or anything. Try with East Asia. We can, generally, we will be trying with the region which is in the near vicinity.
Yeah, exactly. So, now it is validating again. Again failed. So let me check the another one.
Check with Central India.
Yeah, I'm trying. For the region, I'm gonna take Central India and then create review. It is validating now. And again, it's failed. Why? Let's
When
check
you
the
try with Southeast Asia, it worked for me just now with Southeast Asia.
Southeast Asia. Okay, give me a second. I'm gonna try that out. Basics region, Southeast Asia. It is validating. Yeah, validation passed now. Yeah,
Okay.
thank you.
So done, everyone. So I think everyone are on the page of validation passed, right? So once we are done with the validation passed, we'll going with the blue colored button called as create. So go ahead with hit on create. So once you are hitting on create, you will be landing up with this page where it will showing that deployment submitting, then deployment will be in progress, and then deployment will be completed. So it will take another 45 to 60 seconds. So just bear with me. So here it will be deployment is in progress. So what happening here is for the workspace of for the workspace, whatever I given, whatever the packages are required to maintain the workspace, those things will be assigned to me. So all the packages for running the particular applications, for running the particular workspace will be assigned in the backend. So once, yeah,
Okay, so we are actually collecting all the dependencies in terms of the infrastructure, like
yes.
CPU, RAM, or something like that. Is
Uh, right now, not CPU RAM. Right now, it is like different other dependencies, like what for the particular slot, what is the indexes, what is the vault, what is the storage, all those things. So CPU RAM will be doing it in the next point of time when we go for configure and submit.
okay. Actually, I was trying to connect it with what the way we create a VMs into GCP. So I
No,
don't know.
no, there that same the same concept will come once we go with the configure and submit. There we'll be asking for the compute instance. Right
Yeah.
now, what we are asking is storage instances,
Okay.
storing just for storing my workspace, not for running. Fine. So next we can go ahead. Once your deployment is complete, you will be getting this particular blue color button, go to resource. So click on go to resource. So here, whatever things has been allotted to you and whatever the resource groups name and all you are given, everything will be popped up just for just verification. And at the end of this particular page, again you will getting a blue colored button called as Launch Studio. So click on the Launch Studio. So when you click on Launch Studio, you will be directed to the workspace. So if you remember, the workspace name I given is trial 111, and this is what the my workspace is. So this is the page you should land up. So everyone are here? Any problem reaching here? So please confirm, is everyone are on the same page?
Yes, I'm on same page.
Fine, thank you for confirmation.
I missed a step.
Okay. Where you are, ma'am? Please share your screen or let us know at least.
In my screen, I think. Wait.
Did you go to resources? Deployment completed?
Yeah, all that happened. Do you see my screen?
No, wait, ma'am. 1 second.
You see it?
Wait. Yeah, I can see your screen.
Yeah.
This is the entire page, right? Okay, no problem. This is storage account details. Okay, fine. Click on home. Okay. You have given the name as trial 111.
Yeah.
This one.
This second
The
one.
second one.
Yeah.
Click on it. Right. So you have to click on Launch Studio.
Okay.
That's it.
Thank you. I'll stop sharing now. Thank you so much.
Welcome. So I assume that everyone are on this page and I move ahead. So if you can see on this page, on the left hand side, there is the details about your workspace, what and all you can do with this. Now in this, I'm choosing designer. Designer is one option where you will be getting all the default components for building your pipeline. So you will be having all the components defaultly. You need not search for anything, right? So plenty options will be available for building your pipeline in this designer option. So everyone go ahead with the designer under the authoring tab. Under authoring, the third option is designer. Click on it. When you click on it, this is the page you will be prompted with. So this is the option which is used for creating your pipeline. So that there again we have two options. Either I can go with classic pre-built or custom. Classic pre-built is used for existing building the pipeline with the existing pre-built components, whereas custom is like you can create new components for your pipeline as per your requirement. So for today's session, what we'll be doing is we'll be going ahead with the classic pre-built. So toggle off to the first option itself, classic pre-built. Under classic pre-built, click on plus icon. Plus icon stands for creating a new pipeline using the classic pre-built components. So I'm clicking on the plus icon. So when I click on the plus icon, I will be getting all the pre-built components in the workspace. So if you can see here, my screen will be divided into three portions. Leftmost is about my workspace details, like what component, what things I can do with my in the workspace. The middle section is talking about what are the pre-built components I have. So here you can toggle for data and components. Under components, what are the pre-built components provided by Azure will be popping up. And the third section is all about empty workspace or empty Canva, where I can drag and drop and build my own pipeline for verifications and running the jobs. So everyone has these three sections. For someone, if at all you don't get the middle section, basically is because of this panel has collapsed. So what you can do is just next to your workspace details, you'll have this double arrow. Click on it and expand. So you'll be getting this panel in between this workspace and the empty workspace. Got it? Everyone? Yes, no, yeah.
Mm.
So I'm giving enough time so that you can follow and be on the same page. Please do that, because if you do it because it's a hands-on session. If you forget anyway, if you're left in between, please let us know so that we can help you out. Fine. So under this, I'll expand more on the middle section under component. So under component, you have different things that which are pre-built, like by default, they have collected 20 sample data to work upon. So you can choose these samples to uh, explore how Azure Cloud Platform works in the case of Azure Machine Learning. So they have curated some 20 samples and they have kept it here. You can use this for your understanding of your Azure Machine Learning, how the pipeline is created. And once you are comfortable with your this particular dataset exploration and building the pipeline, we'll also see how can I upload my own dataset which is residing in the local machine. So in that case, I'll be taking the help of this particular data menu under this panel, and then I'll be connecting it. So for time being, what I'm doing is I'm trying to explore this particular Azure platform of Azure Machine Learning Service with the default sample data. Apart from sample data, it also gives you various options like what are different ways of doing the data transformations. Like you can add rows, add columns, apply the different math operations. Those components are already pre-built. Next, we can use there are some uh, data sets which can be used for your computer vision activities. And under computer vision activities, what are the different transformations are required? All those things are given under these options. For to understand whether how better build the model and all, we need to go ahead with this model scoring and evaluation. So whatever is required in the context of building the pipeline, those components are already pre-defined here. So we can use these components and build the pipeline. So that is what the context of using the designer with a pre-built classic pre-built components, where all the components will be already available in the particular module. So just to understand, what I'll be doing is I'll be taking one of the samples data. So in that data, as you can see, when I hover around the first data set, what I can see is adult census income binary classification data set. So I'll be seeing how can I use this data set and try to explore the options available in the Azure Machine Learning. So for doing that, this data set has to be brought to the canvas, empty canvas area. So how do I get this to here is by two ways. So first way is when I hover around this data set, I'll be getting this particular blue colored button called as use data. So I can click on use data, and by doing so, the data set will be kept in will be prompted in the Canva area, in the empty Canva. This is one way. I can hover around my data set. When I hover around, I will be getting the use data blue color button. I click on it, and that is how it will be transferred from this particular component to this component, or this panel to that panel. This is one way. And if you are not happy with that, I'll show you the second way also. For that, I need to delete this. So for deleting, what I can do is I can select this data set and hit delete from my keyboard, or I can just select this and give a right click, and there I'll be getting the options. Under that option also I can use delete. So there are different ways of deleting the particular component. These are the two ways. Now other way of getting this data to the Canva area is just by selecting this data and dragging and dropping it to the Canva area. So this is the other way. So that is why we said Azure Machine Learning is a drag and drop or low code, no code platform. So where I can just select this and drag it and drop it and get the pipeline built. So that's why I said here no need of programming knowledge. You can have the basic understanding like how the data flows, and for that understanding, you have all the components. You connect it and get the pipeline built. So this is what my data set is. I have got my data set in the Canva, empty Canva. Now here, okay, I understood that, okay, the name of the data set is adult census income binary classification data set, but what and all it consists under it? I should know, right? What is exactly the data set is all about. So that details I can get to know by selecting this, give a right click, and there is an option called as preview data. Click on preview data. So when you click on preview data, you will be getting to know what and all is there under that particular adult census income binary classification data set. So this is what the preview you will be getting. This preview is not that great. So again, here we have three options. That is maximize panel, minimize panel, and the close the panel. So get a better appeal of visualizing it or going through it, I'll just maximize the panel. So when I maximize the panel, I'll be getting this information. So that data set consists of these number of entries and this number of features. So it is what the understanding of your data is. So from here, I can understand that that particular data set is about 32,561 rows, like rows, and 15 columns. So these are called as columns. So these rows are called as your entries, data points, tuples, records, and all. These columns are called as your features, right, or attributes in the context of ML terminologies. So we are not worried about ML terminologies for time being because anyway we'll be learning it. But just try to understand that Azure machine learning platform gives you the scope to understand in and out about the data by going through the preview data. Now, when I go to preview data, even it makes my life more easy by giving me the distribution of each column. So let us say I wanted to understand what is the minimum age, what is the maximum age, how the age is distributed in the given data set. So when I just hover around and click on this age, so pertaining to age, I'll get the statistics and visualizations on the right hand side. So from the stats, from the visualizations, I can understand how the entries of ages are, what are the minimum age, maximum age, and all those things features, whether does it have any missing values or not. So did I make sense here? So when I click on age, I got the information saying that the mean age is 38, median age is 37, minimum age is 17, maximum age is 90, and missing values are 0. It means that none of the entries are left blank, all the entries are filled. So that is what my missing values, and this is the visualization saying whether the distribution is skewed or normal distribution. What is skewed distribution, what is normal distribution, we'll anyway get to know in the ML theory classes, and moving ahead, we'll also explain in the ML lab sessions. For time being, we are just parking the question here. Next, when you go hover around each and every columns, you'll get the stats for it. So this is how you'll be getting the information or distribution of your data. So is it okay, everyone? Yes. So if you can see, whenever I hover around these columns, I'm getting this entire thing filled. When I put on education, I don't get the values of mean, median, mode. Why so? Any specific reason?
It's a categorical uh, data set. So, and it is not numeric. So you won't be getting that.
Yes, very rightly said. Because whatever the stats are there, stats are applicable on the numbers, on the numerical columns, right? So only I can get to the mean, median, mode, and all. But for categorical, what will get? Will not get anything. That is why it is just giving me the information of how many unique values are there and how many missing values are there. That's it. And I'll get the visualization. I will not get the stats here, right? So that is what your understanding should go with reference to your different columns. And if you can see clearly, you can also understand what is the data type of each column. So if you see here, when I click on age, the feature type is numeric. So it's a numerical data type. When I click on work class, it is a string in the sense categorical. So this is categorical data type. Final weight is numeric data type, all those things like. So I can get to know the understanding about what is the data type of each column. That's fine. So this is my understanding should go with reference to the data set in and out. So I'll be closing this. For closing, this is the icon. I'm closing this particular exploration. So guys, done. So everyone on this page where you have uploaded or where you have brought this data set in the Canva and tried to explore the data set. If at all you're here, if you understood. So let's break for 10 minutes. Right now it is 1927 IST. We'll be back by 1940. Right. So let's break for 10 minutes or 10 to 13 minutes. In the meantime, I'm here. If anyone is lagging, please you can share your screen and I'll be happy to help you out. For others, those who are on this page, they can break for 10 minutes. So can I assume that everyone are on this page and can I break? Or is anyone left behind? Please let me know. Okay, Peter. Yeah, fine. Click on trial one. This is your resource group. Fine, no problem. Close this. Close this. Uh, cross at the extreme right. Yeah. Go to all services, extreme left, topmost, all services, above, up, just next to your Microsoft Azure blue color thing. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So you have logged in with your personal account?
No, I have been trying to log in with the GGU account, but it always comes back to my Gmail account. I wonder why.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So in that case, go back to home, the nine dots. Let's see. I click on it. You want some other platform, right? Fine, wait. Portal.azure.com, all services. Fine. Can do one thing. Close this and open a new tab. There you type
Wait,
portal.azure.com.
sorry, I can't see my screen at the moment.
Okay.
Okay, new tab.
New tab. Yeah. Punch in portal.azure.com. Okay. Yeah. Yes. So under this, you have this resource group trial one. That's a resource group, not the workspace. Click on see all. Expand this see
Oh,
all. And under resources, you have
under
name.
is
Under resources tab, you have right trial one and expand that see all blue colored one. See all. See all. Yeah. No, go back. Home. Yeah. See all.
home is
Yeah, it's home. Click on
see all.
see all.
Click.
Expand. Yeah, click on see all and you're here.
Yep. Yeah.
Okay. Click
But
on
I've chosen Malaysia West. It ends up East US again.
that's not a problem. That's not a problem.
Okay.
Fine. When you click on this trial one, resource group, okay, and no matching. This. Okay, delete it. Yeah, this was deleted, I think.
Yeah. pre- So yeah, previously I have deleted it. Then I tried to create again, but I couldn't find the navigation.
Okay, so no problem. Go back to home page. We'll do it again. No, go yeah, home page. You click on home. Yeah. Here you type. Okay, go to third option. Under Azure Services, you have plus icon, resource group, Azure Machine Learning. Click on Azure Machine Learning. Yeah. Click click on create. First option, create. Yeah. New workspace. Yes. And punch in the things. Create new. Click on create new. Yeah. Give some name. No space. Yeah. Yes.
Oops.
It will take. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's
It
not taking.
doesn't. It's not capturing.
Okay. Click on OK.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Good. Give some
Trial.
workspace name. This is the workspace information I need to get that, not the resource. Okay. So trial or practice test, you can write anything. Yeah, that's fine. Review plus create. Okay, what worked for you? What
Okay.
is okay? Review plus create.
This one, right?
Hmm. Malaysia region is taking so much time.
Surprisingly, just now it was quite fast.
Okay, that's fine.
Is it working?
Yeah, it's there. It's running. So did you punch in your credit card details or how did you get this?
Uh, I sign in.
Hmm.
I sign in, and I use the PIN number to log in.
No. Did you go with Azure with student and did you go with credit card?
Student.
At the rate Gmail
I
gave.
I it, I went to the page where it says student $100 credit. I did
Okay.
go through. Yeah, I got that.
Yeah, fine. Click on create. Mhm.
But it's just I'm surprised how come it comes back to my Gmail account when I actually key in my GGU account.
Probably under the second personal account, you might have given the GG where you want to get the information.
Ah, yeah, I see.
Yes.
Okay,
Wait.
so
No. It is taking time. Is it redirecting it? Why do I need to create again?
it keeps looping, right?
Yeah, it went back in a loop. Okay. But this has to be created. It's went loop.
Yeah,
Again, okay,
I
fine.
I couldn't see your left section where you got the author, the studio, design studio, and all that.
Because it is deployment didn't happen. So Let's
Uh,
check with one second. Create.
okay.
New workspace. Uh-huh. Why it
So
doesn't look, man? That's what. Trial 2,
should
I
I,
think. Trial 2 only. Test 3, that's fine. East US is, it didn't work for you previously?
no,
Okay.
I have to choose West Malaysia. I wonder what is it learning?
Yeah. Why it's looping again and again? You should not. Let's check that. It also has got to do your internet speed validation running. The public access from all network public.
Yeah, maybe after tonight I'll just clean up my PC and then try again. It could be corrupted cache or
That you can do,
mm.
but let's see. Okay.
Us. Create.
Yeah. Where it is going, that matters now.
Yeah. This will be probably the fourth or fifth time.
Oh, then that's the case. I'll go back and check once. It is trying to create a machine learning workspace. So create now. Yeah, it is doing. You can see on the right hand side. It is initiating. Okay. It has initiated and then it's processing. You can see that under the bell icon. There's a bell
Under the
icon. Bell icon. Yeah. There's an icon, right? Bell shape next to your details on the right hand side.
right hand
Yeah.
side.
Notifications. Yeah. Expand that and you can see initializing deployment. What it is doing.
All right.
Yeah. Here you are. Deployment is in progress. This is with reference
Uh-huh.
to
Oh
internet
yeah,
speed.
it's different now. Yeah. Right.
It's happening because your internet speed is less. It is taking more time.
I see.
Yeah. Bandwidth matters.
Uh-huh. Wow.
So it's happening. Fine. So it will take another 60 seconds, something like that, because
Okay.
all the dependencies will be tried to be updated and installed.
So I'll just close it. Yeah.
That's not a problem. Yeah, you can close it. That is the status, what is happening in the backend.
Uh-huh. So I assume for our assignment we have to do all this as well, and
Yes.
with a
So,
lot of coffee breaks. So,
yes. So in the meantime, you can pick up a coffee also. So it is
yeah.
deployed.
Yeah. Wow.
Bit slow. It's slow. That's it. But it's happening.
Okay.
Yeah. That's what one more dependency has been clearly allotted. Yeah. One more happened. So wait for another some time and it will be deployed. Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Go to resource.
Yes. Go to Launch Studio. Launch Studio. Last at the bottom of the page in the center.
In the center, Launch Studio.
Yeah. Here we are.
Okay.
Go to Designer.
Wow.
Leftmost. Left.
Yeah.
Designer.
Designer.
Under authoring, yes. Under authoring tab, Designer. Third one. Yeah. Close it. Go with the plus icon. Plus icon. Plus. Yeah. And then okay. Close it. Switch to component. Component menu. Right now it is in data. Data is highlighted. Click on
Uh-huh.
component.
This
Component.
one,
Second one. Yeah.
sample
Expand.
data.
Expand the sample data. Expand. Yeah. And drag and drop this one. That's it. If you want to understand what and all you have in this particular data set, give a right click.
Right click.
Yeah. And preview data. Just
Uh-huh.
expand and try to understand the distribution. That's it.
Okay.
Here we are. So
Okay.
when you click any of the features, you'll get to know the distribution and the spread of each column. For example, yeah, you can click on it. So you'll get to know
Mm-hmm.
the stats and the visualizations.
Okay.
That's what we were explaining.
Mm-hmm. How do I get to the second box to get the relationship? The
Oh yeah, we are yet to do that. We'll be doing it.
okay.
So we'll be building the pipeline. Like once I know a data set, what next to do and all.
Oh yeah.
So we are here on this page. So be
Yeah.
on this.
Okay.
We'll continue.
Okay. Thank you.
Welcome.
Thanks.
So hope we can resume back. Folks are back with their break. So I'll just try to recap. What we did is under the designer, we have gone for the create new classic prebuild. Under that prebuild, sample data were there. I've used one of the sample data of adult census income binary classification. And by using this right click option preview data, I have tried to understand what and all it has got within that particular data set. So from here, I understood that, okay, this data set is all about 15 columns and 32,561 entries. So a survey has been conducted on the 32,561 people about different aspects of features like age, work class, final wage, and they have tried to understand. So based upon this, what would be their income? The target or the final conclusion what they want to draw is, given these features, what is the income they are trying to get, or whether their income is less than or equal to 50K, or are they earning more than 50K. So that is what the target is. The target here is to understand the people who are earning greater than 50K and the people who are earning less than 50K, right? So in this case, what we'll be doing is we'll be trying to build a model where I'll be able to predict the income given the features. So for that, I will be uh, trying to use the components, a pipeline, by which I can build a model where the model can try to understand the relation between your all the features like age, work class, file weight, education, marital status, and it will be able to predict, given these features, what category of income does the particular person have, whether the person is earning more than 50K or less than 50K. So this is a typical classification data set. Classification in a sense, I'm just trying to segregate the data points into two buckets. One is less than or equal to 50K and greater than 50K. Right? So this is binary classification, typical example of binary classification data set. So I have understood, okay, this is what the data set is all about. The intent of this data set is to categorize the people based upon the features, whether they are earning less than 50K or more than 50K. And when I hover around any of the columns, I'll be getting to know the distribution of these particular features. So this is what my understanding with reference to this particular data set should go. So I'm closing it. Now, I wanted to see how can I use this Azure machine learning services to build the pipeline and able to predict whether the particular person will be earning more than 50 or less than 50. So in that context, with this data set alone, I cannot do. I need to build that pipeline, right? So I will not building the full-fledged pipeline for time being, because I'm trying to understand and make you navigate through different options available in the Azure machine learning. So in that case, I will be trying to make you understand how we can ask compute for doing the operations on the data set. Because right now I'm not performing any operations. I just try to understand. Now once I understand, I need to process the data. For processing the data, I need some computational power. So when computational power is required, how do I ask for computation? I need to know. So for that, what I'm doing is I'm connecting a simple pipeline. Once I'm done with my dataset understanding, the next thing what I can do is I can do the normalization of data. So in the search bar, I'll type normalize, and I'll be getting a component for normalization purpose that is called as normalized data. So I'll drag and drop it here. Right? I have used this component of normalized data just to explore how processing will be happening in the Azure machine learning. That's fine. So if you can see, this is the thing what I have got in the Canva, empty Canva. Now I need to establish the connection between it. Pipeline in the sense, making the engine understand how the data is flowing from one component to the other component. So for that, I need to establish the link. So if you can see, there is a node or a circle. You connect this circle to this circle. So this is an indication that how the flow of data has to happen. So from the data set, it will be going to this component of normalized data. Now, when you use this particular block, make sure that you don't have any caution symbols. Caution in a particular component is an indication that it's an error. The error might be because of wrong definition, or might be because it requires some input which we have not declared yet. So let us try to understand here what normalized data, why this caution has come. So for that, what I'll be doing is I'll be giving a double tap on the normalized data. When I give a double tap, so the options for normalized data pops up. So it is saying that transformation method is automatically filled. Use 0 for constant volume is filled. Columns to transform. If you can see here, nothing is there. So when you go for the particular component of normalized data, you are supposed to tell which columns needs to be normalized, where it didn't pick up automatically. So here input was not given. For that purpose only, it was showing you the caution symbol or error message. So for that purpose, I can do it by going to edit column. On edit column, I can give which columns needs to be normalized. So because I'm using the concept of normalization, I'll be trying to brief you about what does normalization means on a peripheral level. In detail, we can get to know in the coming classes. But because I'm using, let me brief you what it's all about. So I'll close this. So if you can see, there is a transformation method. Under this, we have different options. So z-score, min, max, logistic are the different ways by which normalization can be done. And then it is asking for something else. So what is normalization? You try to explore. I'm closing this. I'm going back to my first data set to understand what is normalization, what is the concept of normalization, and why it is really required. So you can see the data set, right? No, normalization is nothing but it is some process by which I can bring down all the numerical features to zeros and ones. Now, if we can see, I'll give the example of here age, final weight, and not education level for time being, but still I'll take education level for example, right? So these three are numeric in nature, where the entries are numbers, right? Where the entries are like 39 here, 77516 here, and 13 here. Now, if I want that engine to understand, right, out of age, final weight, and education, which is more important to understand whether the particular person income will be less than 50K or more than 50K. So how does the engine process? Think you yourself as an engine and you try to understand. If I make you if I ask you a question that you are supposed to analyze what is the impact of age, impact of final weight, and impact of education level on the income status. So which one is more important from your point of view? Age is more important, work class final weight is more important, or education number is more important? Which will have more impact? Yes, Prince Dubey.
Um, Looking at this, currently I don't think any of these three numeric column, because I can see the final weight is way high than the educational, because if you see the weightage and the amount of weightage that these numbers are bringing, education are very small numbers. Similarly, age is also keeping less than 100. But if you see final weight is somewhere uh, ending
Very
up
high.
with 1,000. So if I want to make a decision based on the weightage, it won't be possible. So I need to scale down one of the column, which is final weight, up to a certain units where I can relate these three columns, and then I'll be able to answer this question.
No, with the given context, what do you feel? Final weight is having more impact or not? If I don't scale down,
If I don't do a scale down, so because
just by looking at the magnitude, what the entries has, I can understand that okay, final weight values are in thousands together. So final weight is having more priority in understanding whether the particular person income is more or less. Yes or no?
yes, because it's a very high,
Yes.
it holds a very high weightage.
Yes,
Yes,
because the magnitude is higher, so automatically engine will give more priority to the final weight and say that final weight is more important to understand whether a particular person income should be less than 50K or more than 50K. But
yes,
that's not correct.
yes, because it will be a biased then.
Yes, it's a bias thing because the engine is not trying to generalize. It is just trying to see what is the highest number and then it is predicting it, which is not correct. So in that context, what we do is to be on the same scale where engine should not be biased, it should treat every feature as important and then understand the relation based upon the various data points. So for that context, what we do is we'll bring down all the numeric values in between 0 and 1. So when I bring down this age between 0 and 1, this final weight also in between 0 and 1, and education level also between 0 and 1, there all the values are in between zeros and 1. So there the engine cannot give biased statement that final weight is more important. No, it will try to dig and understand which feature is more important in the given context, right? So normalization is a phenomena where you are treating the numerical features and transforming it in between 0 and 1 so that not a particular feature will be getting upper hand just by looking at the magnitudes, because normalization brings down everything between 0 and 1. Now every feature will be important in the context of understanding the target. So that is what the concept of normalization is. Did I make sense here? Understood? Yes, fine. Those who understood well and good. Those who didn't understand, still when we process it, you will get one more opportunity to visualize and understand. So for time being, remember that age is 39 and altogether, final weight is 77516 altogether, education is 11 is 13 and all. So my intention is I want to bring everything in the buckets of 0 and 1 so that system can have no partiality and it will try to generalize the learning rather than being biased. And the other reason for normalization is because system will not understand anything other than zeros and ones. So I need to bring down all the numerical columns between 0 and 1s only. So in this context, you may get one doubt. Why only numeric? How about categorical? Because the system can understand only zeros and ones. So in the categories, if I say bachelor's, HS grade, will it be able to digest that? No. Engine will not able to understand this particular categories also. So what we do is, even the categories will be trying to bring down into number form, right? By using the one-hot encoding or by using some technique where I can convert the categories entries into numbers, right? So that I will be trying to cater moving ahead when we are building the full-fledged pipeline. But today I'm not building the pipeline as such. I'm just trying to explore. So in that context, I'm here to explain only normalization. So let's see how now normalization works for the numeric column. So I'm closing this. So if I'm going back to my normalized data, giving a double tap, right? So as when I said normalization is nothing but bringing between 0 and 1, that concept can be done by using any of the methods. So these are the various methods or techniques by which I can bring the numbers of numerical columns between 0 and 1. So I'll go ahead with the z-score. No problem, I'm not changing it. Next, other thing is, it is asking use 0 for constant columns when checked. What does it mean? If at all there is a missing value will be like NaN, not a number. So can I replace that NaN with 0? It is asking. So I said, okay, true. True in the sense, wherever there is a missing value in the numeric columns, those missing values will be replaced with 0. That's my understanding. Now it is asking what are the columns to transform. So for selecting the columns which needs transformation, I will be clicking on edit column. So blue colored, I think, click on edit column. So when you click on edit column, you will be getting this dialog box. And this is the one which you facilitate to use to choose the columns for transformation. And for choosing the columns, here we have two options. Either I can go with rules or by name. So what is with rules? With rules in a sense, I can select the columns which needs transformation by using these rules like column names. So I should remember the names. I can punch in that name where transformation has to happen, or I can give the column indices. So if I know the indices, nothing but index number 0, 1, 2, I can give the index number rather than giving the column names. Or I can go with column types. I can choose the data type of each column and do it. I can go ahead with all columns, all features, all labels, all scores. So these are different rules by which I can select the column on which I'm going to operate this normalization process. Otherwise, I can go with the second option called as by name. So under by name, again, I have two columns. One is what are the columns available. Out of these columns, on which column you want to do the normalization. So let us say I want to do the normalization on the age. So I'll be click on this plus icon. So that's how age will be transformed to the selected columns. Now age will be selected for normalization. Apart from now age, let us select final weight. So when you are doing like this, so it's required a prerequisite that you should know the data type of each column. If you know the data type, you can manually select each column which is numeric in nature, right? But it is a bit lengthy and laborious, right? Because I need to remember what is the data type of each column. If you don't remember, what we do is we'll not use this option. Rather than this, I'll go with the first option with rules, right? I'll include this particular type called as column types. I'll be using the rule column types. Now, which columns needs to be needs the transformation? What is that column type?
Numeric.
Numeric. So there I need not remember the name of the columns. I can just select those columns based upon the data type of it. So here I will be choosing numeric, right? Now here in Azure platform, the numeric columns can be given in different forms. So I'm trying to cater all the ways of declaring a data type to be numeric. So again, I'll go with plus icon. Again, I'll choose column types. And here, if you can see, for numbers, I can either have the data type as numeric, or I can have it as a double, or I can have it as an integer. So double, integer, and numeric are the three data types catering to the numbers. So I don't want to be missed out. I want to see that everything is taken care of. So all these three entries also I will be trying to use. So here I'll be saying, okay, please also include the column type, which is integer. And again, I'll go ahead with the plus icon and say that include the column type, which is double. Numeric, integer, double are the data types for declaring the numerical category. So numerical columns or numerical features. So just to be on the safer side, I have tried to include all the data types which are catering the numeric nature. Done. So by doing so, I need not remember the name of the columns. It's very easy. Automatically, it will do on its own based upon the data type. So I'll go ahead with save, right? So these are the entries. Only one entry I have changed here, that is columns to transform. Under transform, I gave the column types which needs to be selected. And then I'll close it here and see. The question symbol has gone, right? So it's an indication that, okay, what and all is required for processing this particular component has been given. Done. Now here, I'll just try to expand a little bit further. Double tap. Apart from these features, there are other features also. I can go for output settings, input settings, run settings, and all together. Right. So here under output settings, whether you want to override anything, want to upload, and all those things can be done. I'm not changing it here. Anything. So output settings are not changing. Input settings also are not changing. And under run settings, there is a small thing which we need to take care of. So under this run settings, right, you have the option to give the timeout seconds. What is timeout seconds is nothing but you can say this particular component or particular block has to run for how much time. If it is exceeding the particular threshold, I can ask it to come out of that processing. So for example, if I say like 30 seconds, so if this particular normalization tab block is running more than 30 seconds, so what happens? There's a possibility that it may go in loop. So if at all, based upon your prior knowledge, how much time does your each block requires, you can give this threshold to decide and make sure that you are not going in loop. Because when you go in loop, what happens? You're eating away your computation charges, right? So just to be on the safer side, to make sure that your billing is under control and you don't want to waste resources on the things which are error and going into loop, I can give the threshold time of how much time each block has to execute. That comes with prior knowledge. So right now I'm doing it for the first time, so I don't know anything. If it goes in loop also, I'll try to understand, and then I going ahead, I can give the threshold time, right? So that's what I said. Timeout seconds is a just a caution to make sure that if at all you're going in loop, how I can capture that particular state. So right now I don't know the timeout seconds, so I'm leaving it empty. Empty in the sense for infinite number of time that particular block can run until it gets the execution done. So I'm not touching it. That's it. And then there will be node information. What is it thing? You can change the node information when you're going for multiple pipelines. So you can store the pipeline's name differently by giving this node information. These things we'll be doing when we are going for the ML activity, where we'll go for iterative process of different trees. So there I can give different namings for each block, where I will be able to understand this block is in this particular tree and this particular block is this so and so tree. So these options are available, right? I'm not exploring those options, but I'm just making aware that options are there where you can give different namings for each block. The options are there where you can decide the runtime timeout in the runtime seconds, right? So these options are available. Just make a note of it. Fine. So I have done the normalized data. I have asked it to do. So does the normalization happen? Did it happen? No, right? I just given the pipeline saying that the data from the data set has to come to normalized data, and in the for normalization of data, it has to process, right? It has to understand which are the numeric columns. On the numeric columns, it has to use one of the techniques which I mentioned, and those techniques will be applied. When those techniques are applied, some processing has to be done, right? For processing, I need to use some compute, right? So far I don't have the compute instance. I have just created a storage instance. So all these things will be getting stored in my workspace. But to run a particular pipeline, I need to have a compute instance, right? So for that, now I'm creating a compute instance. So that can be done by clicking on configure and submit. Before clicking on configure and submit, here I make a point that make sure that your pipeline is under this auto save mode. So for time being, as it is just a two components is easy, but moving ahead, when you build your pipeline, it's very like a number of boxes will be coming right in one after another. So those things need to be auto saved. So toggle to auto save. Have the habit of it. So by default, it might be not auto save. Just toggle it to auto save. So everything will be stored, auto saved. Fine. So let us ask for compute. For asking for compute, what I'm doing is clicking on configure and submit. So you're going to click on configure and submit. Done. So when you click on configure and submit, to set up a pipeline job, these are the four things which is required. Right now, I'm in basics. Under basics, it is asking for new experiment name, right? And it is asking the experiment name should be new or should I select from the existing one? So as we are doing it for the first time, I will be saying with create new. So please choose the radio button, create new, and under that to give the experiment name. What is the name we can give? Anything is okay. Test or experiment 1. I'll make it as experiment 1. Here why experiment name is required, because I can use this particular pipeline for running n number of experiments, and more of machine learning is more of iterative process, trial and error, right? So for different branches, I can name them accordingly. So that's what the concept of new experiment name is, that we'll get to know. So for time being, I'm giving the experiment name as experiment 1 and no changes in other options. Click on next. Here I'm not doing anything with the inputs and outputs. Click on next. Now I'm in the runtime settings. Under runtime settings, you can choose that it is asking to please select a default compute to run a pipeline. So default compute has to be there, which is not there. Now under that, you have the option select compute type. Under compute type, we have 4 options. I can go with compute instance, compute cluster, Kubernetes compute, and attached compute. So Kubernetes compute is one which is used for other purposes. Attached compute is if you have extended version, you can use that. So basically, I need to understand these two. that is compute instance and compute cluster. Compute instance is nothing but it is a very simple virtual machine of like I can say one virtual machine will be allocated to you, right? Whereas compute cluster is nothing but more than one virtual machines will be connected to you and given as a cluster. So when you are doing a simple job, you can go ahead with the compute instance. When you are doing a complex job with higher level of components in the pipeline, you can go ahead with the compute cluster. So it's your call whether you want to go with the instance or cluster. So because I'm doing very simple job here for time being, so I'll
So
be
the charges will be incurred based on our selection, right? So
yes,
in
yes,
case if I select the cluster, because here I will have a multiple compute instances, so cluster will take a more uh,
yes, it will consume more charge, more price.
expensive. Okay.
So accordingly, you can choose whether you want to go with the compute instance or compute cluster, right? So I'll go ahead with the compute instance. Next, it is asking select Azure ML compute instance. So when I click on this drop down, no instances have been there, right? So for that, first I have to create it. So please click on this blue colored wordings, create Azure ML compute instance. So first I have to create it. So click on it. So when you click on this, you'll be prompted to this page where it will be like asking the compute name. I'm giving the compute name as AK Shetty 123. Whatever you want to give, you can give. And then machine type, virtual machine type. Either I can go ahead with the CPU or GPU. So under CPU, these are the virtual machines available. When you click on GPU, I will not be getting any options, right? Because we are using the student subscription. With student subscription, we don't have the access to GPU. We'll have access to only CPU, right? Under that CPU, you have these various virtual machines like you can go with standard DS11 version 2, standard DS3 version 2, or version 4, version 2, and all those things. So these are the 4 virtual machines available for you for your job. So again, I need to check, I need to select based upon the configuration of the virtual machines and based upon the cost incurred for this. So for me, I can see that everywhere it's like whether if I go with the standard E4DS version 4, it's 0.29 per hour, where I have 4 cores. If I go with this 0.29 per hour, I will be getting 6 cores. Out of that, 4 cores are available. I can get 14 GB RAM with 32 GB storage. So both are same. Anything I can use. So whichever is like feasible with reference to the configuration. The first configuration is like at least I need to get 4 cores and good space, right? And good processor. So 14 GB will also work because it's a small component what I'm trying to process. And the cost incurred is also same in both cases. So I'll go with the default one, that is standard DS3 version 2. I make a note here. You can choose any of the virtual machines based upon the cost incurred and based upon the configurations what is available. So if at all you go with 2 cores, it will take more time. If you go with 4 cores, it will be a bit faster compared to this one. So just looking at the cost, we cannot go ahead. We can also choose, but we have to bear with the time. Because if I go with 0.17, right, what happens? I'll be getting the lesser processor. If I go with 0.29, I'll be getting 4 cores and more RAM. So that's the call I need to take. Which one I want to choose, whether I'm okay with the slow processing or I want processing to be done at a faster pace, and am I okay with to incur more cost. So that call you can take on your own, and most probably we'll be going with the second one, standard DS3 version 2, which is used for general purpose, and will be okay to go ahead with this. Next, after this, uh, click on review plus create. What are the things we have given? That is only popped up for our review. We are not doing anything. Click on create. POSIT is no longer installed. Fine. So when you click on create, you will be redirected back to the previous page where we were trying to create a ML compute instance. Now, if you see previously, this option was disabled. Now, if at all I click on this drop down, you can see this option is able now. I'm able, but I can able to see, but I'm not able to select it. See, it is not getting selected because it is still in the provisioning phase. It is not completely allocated. So it is something like you wanted to go somewhere, you have taken the call that let's call Ola, you have booked an Ola, and Ola is about to reach your venue. Once it has reached your venue, you can go take the call of boarding it, right? But here it has not reached. So how do you understand whether it has reached or not? So right now it is blue color, which is saying that it is trying to create the virtual compute instance. Once this blue color turns green, it's an indication that the particular compute instance is provisioned to you. So we have to wait till this blue colored circle turns green. So once the Ola reaches to your venue, it will be turning green. So for everyone, it's blue only, right? For time being. Yes, Prince. Prince Dubeji.
So is this machine in the same region where we have selected earlier while creating this account?
Yes.
Okay.
For me, it's East US 2. In that region, I'm being allocated a particular compute instance where my storage is there. In the same storage region, I'm getting this compute instance also.
Okay.
Yes. So here only takes time. Once it is done for processing, it will not take much time. But let's see. So we need to wait till the blue colored circle turns green. Refresh, refresh. Okay, right, maybe. It seems my Ola is too far. That's an analogy. Please don't take it seriously. Oh God.
Mine is green now.
Yeah. Then you will be, yeah, even mine, it turned green. So now I will be able to select it as the instance. Previously, I was not able to select. Now I got the option to select and it will be going and sitting here. Fine. So that's fine. That's it. Now click on next. And this is the information what we have given. Click on submit. So once you click on submit, you can see that it's trying to prepare to submit. And this is what the information I'm getting in the notifications, right? And a green color ribbon has popped up, right? Below this Golden Gate University saying that success pipeline job has been submitted. So this is an indication that, okay, it has been correctly processed. And now my job is in the running phase. Now in the running phase, where exactly it is, how exactly the running is happening, how the processing is happening, I wanted to view it. So for that, you can go here and click on view details.
Can I have a multiple jobs as well submitted to multiple machines at the same time?
Multiple machines at the same time. Yes, we can go ahead.
So how it actually align a particular job? For example, if I'm having three different jobs, and I have a cluster of computes, and is there any automatic allocation of the jobs to the different VMs within a same cluster, or is it something manually we need to assign the task?
We need to manually assign the task. It is not happening automatically.
Okay. Go ahead.
So what is the status of my job? I can get to know here from the view details. So when I click on view details, so you can see very clearly that a new tab will be opened to show you the status. It is not going to hamper your initially authoring tab where you have built your pipeline. It's just a aiding tab which is trying to help you with understanding where your job is, at what stage, what is the status of your job. So here the particular job with this ID is being running. So this is name is pipeline created. I can change the name, whatever I want. So if you are doing multiple jobs, right, you can give the multiple names so you can be in sync and understanding which job is happening where. So it is here, it has read the data, it's trying to normalize, it is trying to process this normalized data block. So processing is happening. Once it is processed, this blue color strips will be converted into green bar. It's an indication that this component has been processed. So hope no one should get an error. If you get an error, you need to see. Now it started turning into green. Yes. Now it will be converted into green bar. So yes, pipeline created on so and so, experiment one completed. Yes. If you can see, this is an indication that particular component has been processed successfully. If it is not processed successfully, it will be turning into red color. So I'm done with the processing of the component in the pipeline. So let's try to understand what exactly happened in the normalized data. What was our understanding? Does it sync with the output or not? So to understand the output, what we can do is under that job tab, not in the authoring tab. In the authoring tab, still it will be the same how you are connected it. In the job tab, right, you will be getting the outputs. So to analyze that, select that particular component, give a right click, go with preview data and go with the transformed data set. So when I click on transform dataset, I'll be getting to know the output of this particular normalized data component. So I'll just try to expand it further. Now, did you understand the output? So if you remember, initially the age was here 39, which was jolted down to 0.03. Final weight was 77 something. It has brought to 1. Education, we didn't do anything on the categorical, we worked on the numerical. So all the new numbers, if you can see, it will draw, everything will be the buckets of zeros and ones. Can you see this? So wherever you have numbered numerical columns, all those numerical columns has been converted into bucket of 0 and 1. That's the concept of normalization. That's what we have explained, right? Yes or no? No, did you understand the concept of normalization? Because machine can understand only zeros and ones, we have tried to give everything in the zeros and one buckets. I'm closing it. So did anyone got
So
the
there's a
output?
scaling that we did. the normalization that we did. So first we calculated the Z score across each value, or is it something? Um, what exactly we did to scale it down between 0 to 1?
So to scale it down between 0 and 1s, we got different techniques, z-score, min-max, logistic and all, right? So we have used the technique of z-score. So z-score will be calculated for each column, and with that score, every data point will be tried to operate. So for example, I'll go with the option of min-max, for example, let's say. There's different techniques of doing it. So I use z-score. I will explain a bit simple way. What happened, how it happened, I don't know. In the backend, it's a black box. But what is the technique it might have used, I know, because I have chosen the z-score. For example, let us say I wanted to bring down this age from 39 to 071. So what I can do is there are different techniques. Let us say I am using the technique of doing the min max. So what I'll be doing is here I'll be selecting the minimum value, maximum value, and with that difference I'll trying to multiply. Otherwise, let us say I'm going with the average value, right? So what I'll do is for this age, what is the mean value? 38, right? So with this minimum, I'll be trying to divide each and every data point. So when I do that, everything will be brought down into 0 segments. So that is one technique. Did it make sense? Right now, age is 39. I want to scale it down to 0 and 1. So let us say I use the strategy of using the mean. So what I'll do is I'll calculate the mean, and the mean here is 38.5. So all the entries in the age column will be divided by 38.5. So that is how all the entries will be reduced to 0 months.
Okay, got it, got it.
Yeah.
Thank you, thank you.
So this is one simple technique. Advanced techniques are like z-score, min-max, and logarithmic or tanh functions. So you can see which function is doing more accurately this particular process. So again, I said it's an iterative process. To understand, first time I'll do with z-score. The second time I can go ahead with the tanh. The third time I can go with the other technique and see how I'm able to improve my accuracy of prediction.
So is there any specific condition by when we decide that okay, I'm gonna go with the Z score or one hot encoding or something like that? So
No.
how and when we decide that okay, I'm going to normalize my data with a Z score?
uh, there's no hard and forced rule. I cannot know. That's what I said. It's an iterative process, trial and process. So you will be, if you wanted to understand what is the impact of the doing this scaling normalization with the z-score, what is the impact of doing the normalization with min-max. So you have to run the pipelines, two pipelines with two different techniques. Then only you will be able to understand. There's no hard and forced rule that for this particular data set, use this technique. For that data set, use this technique. You will not get to know.
Okay, so at the end, when we will be evaluating this data into any ML model, because that understand the numeric values, right? So in that case, if I choose a z-score or if I choose a different normalization technique, uh, that will also impact the end results, right?
Yes.
Okay, so basically, it all needs to be on person's decision, and he has to compare and understand that what would be the impact and where exactly he's getting the good results.
Yes.
Based on that, he can choose the exact normalization technique.
Yes.
Okay.
Because in the context of machine learning, there is no concrete value that this is what exactly I'm looking.
Yeah, exactly. Because
This
I
is
have
what.
seen people train the same model, multiple models on the same data sets just to find out the better accuracy.
Yes.
So, okay, thank you.
Fine. So that is what these things will be also discussing in detail, moving ahead with your data transformation classes and machine learning classes. So the second session will be on understanding what is the importance of data cleansing and data transformation. So they will try to understand by building two pipelines. without transformation, with transformation, and then we'll be able to visualize what is the basic difference between the operations. So today I'm not going to complete the full-fledged pipeline. We'll be doing it in the other session, like next week session. Today we are just trying to navigate through all the options available in the Azure platform, right? So I'll be closing it, and this is what I made you understand, that how you can ask for the storage instances, how you can ask for the compute instances, and how you can process your pipeline. What are different options available? So in this context, if you remember, I said that you can get your own data also. Right now, we have tried to process the data which is readily available in the platform. But every time we'll not be working on the same data set, right? We wanted to work on our own data set. So how can I get or upload the data set which is residing in a local machine? I'll try to understand. So everyone are done with the execution and understanding of the output? Yes. Yeah. So let us see how can I get the data from my local machine. So for doing that, what we'll do is, in this second section, there's a menu called as data. Click on data and then click on plus icon. When you click on plus icon, your dialog box opens for creating the data set. So you can give the name of the data set. You can give any name. So I say my data set, and the data set is all about what and all. You can give the description here for better understanding. And then you have the provision to upload the different types of data, that is tabular data and files. So in which context you will be using tabular data and which context you will be using file, let us try to understand. I'll be using the type to be tabular when I'm using the structured data. Structured data in the sense when the data is in the form of rows and columns, like what we have seen right now for the adult census dataset. But if the data is in the form of unstructured, like if the data is in the form of images, or if the data is in the form of audio, so if I want to process that type of data set, you will be choosing file, right? So you will be using tabular for structured data, where you will be using file for the unstructured data. So right now, let us try to understand how can I get this data set which is in the form of rows and columns. So I'll choose that type to be tabular, right? I'll click on next. Then choose the source for your data set, from where you want to upload the data set, from Azure storage or SQL databases, or from web or open data sets. These are the provisions possible. Right now I'm trying to explore how can I upload from my local machine. So I'll be going with from local files and click on next. Data storage type will be blob storage only. I'm not going to change here. Click on next. Then I will be going to choose a file or a folder. So here under upload files or folder, I can just choose a drop down and click on upload files. If it's a single file, if you have multiple files, and you can put it in a folder and choose that folder also. Right now I'm going with upload files. So I will be directed to choose the file which one I wanted to upload. Let us say some random files I'm choosing. This is the sales. This is the file I'm choosing, right? So once the file is uploaded, I'll get a tick mark and I'll be getting the indication that that file is uploaded. Next, I'll go with next. When I go with next, so this is file format, plain text. This is encoding done. Under this option of data preview, I should be able to get the sample data preview. If that is not happening, it's an indication that your machine has not read the data properly. Azure was not able to process your data properly. So in my case, it happened like that, right? Because your preview didn't appear here. So there is something wrong with my data. Let's go back and check what wrong I have committed. Now, can someone tell me what is the extension of the file which I have uploaded?
Excel.
So it's an Excel file. Now, just on the right hand side, there is the information saying that what file types can the Azure ML can or the Azure can process. So it is saying that it is supporting file types which include CSV, TSV, Parquet, JSON lines, and plain text. So these are the only extensions or the type of files which is supported, right? So if at all you have an Excel file, you want to read it in the Azure machine learning, you have to convert it into either CSV or TSV. So CSV stands for comma separated value, TSV stands for tab separated value, right? Those are structured only. So what I can do is, because this Excel is not reading properly, I'll try to remove this upload and go back here, upload and files. Again, I will be uploading files. This time, the same file, I'll be opening it and saving it as Excel file, a CSV file, nothing else. So that's already I have done. The same file, I have saved it as CSV, and that file this time I'm giving. Whatever the file you have, you can choose accordingly. No, this time also it gave me a green tick saying that it's processed properly. Let's see by going to the next step. Click on next. When I go to next, yes. Is it okay now? And you can see here the preview portion has popped up with my data. So this is an indication that my data set was properly uploaded in the Azure Machine Learning Cloud Platform. Right? So based upon what is the type of file, you can choose whether it is a comma separated file or tab separated file or space separated file. You can choose the delimiter accordingly. Because I have stored it as a CSV, it's a comma separated, the delimiter will be comma here. So this is how I can get to know that, okay, my particular data has been uploaded successfully. Go to next. When I go to next, I have the flexibility to control the schema and know the schema. Schema is nothing but what is the data type of each column. So if you see, serial number is an integer 1, 2, 3 and all to the 258, 267. Registration number is a string. Section is a string, an integer. All those things I can choose. I can see how the engine has auto detected the data type of each column. So here we have the flexibility to change the data type based upon your understanding also. So let us say, for example, in this case, I'll see mobile. Mobile number is like 10-digit number. So is it an integer or a category? Categorical data or integer data? Is it a number or a category? So this question I'll ask in the upcoming class more strongly, but for time being I'll park it and make you understand that mobile number, even though it's a 10-digit numeric number, it is not a number, it's a category. It's just an entity attached to a particular person. So let us say my understanding goes like the mobile number should not be treated as integer, it should be treated as a string, right? So here I can update the data type of each column based upon my understanding, because machine will not auto detect, because machine has been taught that whenever it sees numbers, numbers will be automatically identified as integer, and whenever it sees text, that will be identified as string. But it's the human intervention who has to take a call that whether the particular entry is, even though it has got numbers, it's a categorical data or really it's a numeric data. So in this example, I got a classic example of mobile number, where mobile number, even though it has got numbers in its entries, those are not numeric data type, it's a categorical data type. Why it's categorical data type? We'll try to have this discussion further in the upcoming classes or upcoming lab sessions. Fine. So here I mean to say that you have a control to change the schema of your data. Next, click on next. Then click on create. So when you do so, you can see that under this data, initially there was nothing. Now it has popped up with this particular my data set, right? So I can use this also. Let us say, for example, on this case, I don't want to use this data. I want to use my data. So I can do that and connect it, right? So that is how I can bring my own data set in the Azure Machine Learning Cloud platform. This was my second agenda, and hope it is understood. Did you people give a try with your own data set? Yes or no? Yeah. Fine. So with that note, I understand that okay, you people have understood how you can upload your own data set. So on this at this time, do you have any queries? Let us take up if anyone stuck in between. And there's a last agenda to be done. That is, as you know, this particular Azure Machine Learning is a paid one where credits are being charged. So it's always better to delete the resources once you feel that it is done. No more this resource is required. So always we have a standard practice of deleting the resource after your job is done. So we'll try to see how can I delete the resource. Before doing that, if anyone gets stuck anywhere, if you don't understand anything, please raise the queries. Let's open the floor for question and answers and understanding discussions. Any queries from anyone? Yes or no? So can I assume everyone on the same page, everyone understood it properly, and everyone know now, and they are get acquainted with the options available in the Azure platform? Raju sir says, okay, clear. So you're following it, you're on this page. Good. Anyone who got stuck, they can share their screen. If not, we'll go ahead with the next agenda of how to clear the resources, how to delete the resources. So shall I go ahead with that? Yes.
Yes, please.
Fine. So I'll go ahead with the last agenda of this practice session. That is deleting the resources once we are done with the using it in the job. Fine. So right now I'm here. I'm done with the execution, understanding, and all those things. Now I want to bring it down. I want to delete it. So for deleting, what I need to do is I need to go to the home page, the first page what I have shown you. So can you go to the home page from here? If I click on home also, it will be not going to the home page. It will be going to the home page of your workspace. But I want to go to the home page of my Azure platform. So in that case, what I suggest is everyone click on new tab. So you try to open in a new tab, right? In the new tab, again give the same link what we have used, portal.azure.com, and you will be redirected to the home page. So for deleting the resources, you are supposed to go to the home page, and wherever you are right now, from that instance, you cannot be redirected to home page directly. So a better option is to open a new tab and then give the portal.azure.com. So by doing so, you will be landing here. In this place, you can understand how much credits has been exhausted. If you want to know the consumption of your credit, you can get to know under the education. So if you have education, well and good. Otherwise, in the search bar, you type education, right? When you go with search education, you will be getting this option. So under education, you will be getting the information about how much credit has been exhausted so far. So everyone can give a try that one. Everyone, please try to understand what is the status of your credits. To know the status of your credit, you can know from the education service. So everyone has 100 or 99.9, 99.8. What is the status? For me, it's $66 available out of 100. For you people?
Me shows something like 9,095 out of 9,095. Nothing expired, it seems.
9,095?
Yeah, that's weird. But
Here,
what it
right?
shows.
I think we used a very less, not even a $1. So
Yes. So
Yeah.
it's like still 100 only. Because we didn't run the full-fledged pipeline, right? It was just hardly trying to calculate that normalization. So it will not take much of your credits. So this is a clear understanding where your credits will be more hampered or more used. So your credits will be exhausted more when you call for a compute instance. In the compute instance, it will be exhausting very rapidly, right? But when you go for maintaining the particular pipeline, for maintenance of this pipeline, I don't think there will be much consumption, right? So it's your call whether you want to completely delete the entire resource with storage and compute instance, or you want to just delete the resource of your compute instance and keep the pipeline as such. It's your call. So both things can be done, right? So I'll be going back to the home page. So I'll click on home, right? Now let us say, okay. So when I go for this particular pipeline and when I go with this home page, right? And under this, we have an option called as under manage, we have compute. So when I click on compute, I will be able to access the name of the compute instance which I have created. And if you can see in the backend, it is still running. You can see that, right? I've just switched the tab. Previously, I was in this authoring tab. I moved back to the authoring tab. In the authoring tab, I've clicked on the home, right? So when I click on home, I'll be reaching to the this particular workspace homepage. In this, under this particular workspace homepage, when I scroll down, under this manage option, there is a compute, right? So when I click on compute, I'll be able to access the compute instance which I've created. And there the status is still running. So when it is running, here my credits will be exhausted. So I can take the call of just killing this instance alone, and I can retain that particular pipeline. So that is one way of deleting it. So because many people will ask if I want to refer back the pipeline. So I wanted to retain that pipeline and do my other trials. Just I want to control my billing. So in that case, what I can do is I can just kill the compute instance. For killing the compute instance, this is the method. So click on this AK Shetty 123 and here we'll have the options to delete. So under details, you refresh, connect, start, stop, restart, and delete. So you can click on delete and request to delete the compute instance. So by doing so, only the compute instance what we have created, that alone will be deleted, and your pipeline and the resource workspace will be still intact. So whether it is done or not, under notifications, I can get to know, right? It's still processing. Now here, if you can see, the status is deleting. So it is trying to delete the compute instance alone. This is one way of deleting. Next,
In case if we stop it, instead of running, keeping the compute as running, or if we keep this into a stop state, does that also minimize the cost, right? Instead of
yeah,
deleting.
yeah. So in that case, what happens is, if at all you are stopping it, but still in the cloud you have reserved one spot, and you have what already occupied those things, so that cannot be allotted to others, right? For that maintenance charges, they will charge you.
Okay. So maintenance charges will always be there because
Yes.
in case if we release that machine, then it can be assigned to someone else, right?
Yes.
So, okay, correct.
So that is one way of minimizing your billing and still working on the same page. The other one, let us say, no, I'm done with the exercise and I wanted to kill everything in one shot. So for that purpose, what we'll be doing is, we'll be going to the home page. Under home page, I'll work under home page. If you scroll down, under navigate, you have resource groups, right? So under resource group, you will be having the provision to select the resource groups and kill the resource group all together in one time. So here I'll be going with resource groups. Either I can select that resource group by navigating and going to the navigate option, or in the search bar, I can just punch in resource group. That option will be enabled. So when we select that resource groups, you will be landing up with this page where whatever the resource group you have given, that will be highlighted here. So for me, three things are there. The recent one is Raj practice _1. So I'll be clicking on this. When I click on this, what and all the dependencies were given under this will be mentioned. So I can straight away say delete resource group. When I say delete resource group, it is deleting the storage as well as compute instance all together, not compute instance separately. We need not do that. So it is trying to remove the entire container altogether. So that's what I said, right? Resource group is a sort of container. In that container, I'm having the workspaces for storage, for running, and for a number of activities. So what I'm trying to do here is, I'm trying to remove that entire resource group itself. So this is one shot killing of all the dependencies. So I can go with delete resource group, and I need to enter resource group name to confirm deletion. So I need to give the same name just to avoid the typing error and all those things. What I'll do is, I'll copy from this clipboard. So select this icon for copying and paste it here and delete. Click on delete. So once you click on delete, it will be asking for delete confirmation. Go on delete, and then the deletion process will be taken up. And deletion will take another 45 to 50, 60 seconds based upon that. And you can see the status in the notification bell. Right now, I'm not deleting. Others can delete, because if anyone has any query, I want to redirect and explain. So I'm not deleting. This is the procedure of deletion. So you can delete your resources. Once you are done with the deletion of your resources, we can wind this particular session. So everyone, please try to delete and share your screen, confirming the deletion, and then we are good to go with the winding the session.
I can somehow not find that resource groups. Even if I go to home.
Yes, home page. This is the home page. Can you share your screen, ma'am, once? So I will be in a better position to explain by seeing the screen.
I found it. Let's see.
Yeah. Yes, it is. Click on that blue colored Sakshi Azure practice. Yes. Now click on delete resource group. Third option. Top, create, manage view, and yes. Delete resource group. Copy the name of the resource group and paste it here. Delete confirmation, and deletion is happening. So you can see here deleting resource group, deleting. So under this bell icon, you will get the status of it. So everyone are done with the deletion of the resources, or you have kept and only deleted the instance, it's your call. But to try to have this exercise of deletion of resources, because it is required just to have a safer side of great exhaustion. So shall I assume that everyone has done with the deletion? If at all you are done with the deletion, share your screen once.
Because it's still running. We have to leave it open, right? We can't close. Yeah.
It will take time. But anyway, if you let it get deleted first. So it's a safer side saying that okay, everything has been brought down.
Mm.
So anyone done with the deletion? And in the meantime, you can use this time for understanding and interacting if you have any queries so far. So moving ahead, your next session will be like to understand the importance of data cleansing and data transformation, where in that session we'll be trying to build two pipelines and try to see what is the importance of cleansing. This is just a recommended practice session where we are trying to make you understand how you can be well acquainted with the Azure platform. And this will be really helpful once you commence with the machine learning sessions. There you will be building the full-fledged sessions, full-fledged pipelines, and try to analyze the results and interpret the output in a better way.
Raj, in my resource group, the name is still showing up right now.
Okay.
Can
So
I share the screen?
yes, please. If the name is showing, not a problem. We need to see whether the dependencies are there in that or not.
See, this was the name.
Okay. Deleted.
So,
Yeah, it's deleted. Fine, click on it.
resource not found. Okay,
That's
understood.
that's not a problem.
Understand. Okay.
Yep. Anything? So everyone has deleted. Hope so. So I think no more queries. So even I will delete my resource. Shall I go ahead with the deletion? So what I'll be doing is, what are the problems? I can do it resource groups. This particular resource I want to kill for time being, and go with delete resource and checklist. I'll go with copy and paste it here and delete, confirm the delete option, and then it will be in the deleting phase. So to get the status, I'll just click on this particular notification icon. So I'll be getting to know the status of my deletion. So right now it is in the running phase. Once deletion is done, I'll get the update. So I'm also trying to delete, right? So till the deletion is happening, I need to wait and confirm that it is completely deleted. Once it is deleted, I can cross check, because under the particular resource group, no more dependencies will be reflecting, which is an indication that the resource group was successfully deleted. If you can see, deleting will take time, like how it is taking time for giving the instances. Even more than that also to take. If it is a lengthy pipeline. So in the meantime, I mean, it is processing. Anything else? Nothing for this one, right? Okay. So I think we are done with the all the agendas of today's session. Today's sessions was agenda was to see how can I configure my account in the Azure platform, and then I need to understand which service I'm using for deploying my machine learning and deep learning activities. There we came to know that okay, I need to use Azure machine learning service. Under Azure machine learning service, I came to know that okay, I have a particular component called as designer, or application called designer, which comes with a pre-built components, and those components I can use for building my pipeline. That's what I have done. And after building my pipeline, I have also seen how I can create the compute instances, where I've seen the basic difference between instance and the cluster. Based upon my requirement of the job, either I will go with the instance or cluster, and that's how we have tried to run the job. Once the job is run successfully, we try to analyze our results, and we came to know our interpretations, and we this is how we'll try to see the results. Right now the result what you are seeing is very basic, only for one component, but I can get to know the results for each and every component when we give a complete pipeline. That's what my understanding is. Next, we are seeing, apart from the default samples dataset, how can I get the dataset from the local files that we have learned, right? And then last but not least, we also try to understand how I can bring down the resources, or how can I delete the resources, so that I can make sure that my billing is not incurring continuously, because as the instance is not running, it's always a better call to bring it down. So I've also seen how I can delete the resources. So for now, I can see that my deletion is happened. Yeah, still it is under the running phase. So once deletion is completely uh, deleted, I will be closing this particular azure.portal.com, and then we are good to wind this session. So yes. So deletion happened, completed. Prince G, you are done with your deletion? Yeah?
Yes, I did.
Yes. That's it then. We are good to leave. So I'm here for another 4 minutes because this session is still 9:10. So in the meantime, if you have any queries and all, we can do. Otherwise, we can log off. So let me complete my deletion app successfully. Why it's taking that much time? For everyone, it took sufficient amount of time, right? Or was the deletion so quick? No, na. Thank you, sir. So deleting. Yeah. So this is what my resource is deleted, and then I can go back to the home page. Even though you can see, these are the recent resources which are there. Whether deletion happened successfully or not, I can again cross check by going to this particular. By going to this resource group. When I click on resource group, right, under this resource group, you can see the particular resource group is not popping up. So, which is an indication that it has been deleted successfully, right? It was like practice session, which was deleted. So, I'm good to uh, close this particular Azure platform because I have deleted the resources. Fine. So that's it. So we are done with the session. So shall we wind up? Yes, everyone. Or
Thank you.
everyone, thank you once again. Thank you and bye bye to one and all.
Good night.
Good night. Good night. So I'm leaving. So I'm leaving the meeting. Once again, bye bye.
Good night. Bye bye.
Bye bye. So ending the meeting for everyone.